Today's Bible reading is taken from Acts of the Apostles, chapter 10, verses 24 to 35, Hebrews chapter 1, verses 2 and 3, and today's Gospel according to John chapter 20, verses 24 to 29. Acts of the Apostles, chapter 10, verses 24 to 35. And on the following day, they entered Caesarea. Cornelius was expecting them and had called together the kinsmen and close friends. When Peter entered, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. But Peter lifted him up, saying, "Stand up, I too am a man." And as he talked with him, he went in and found many persons gathered, and he said to them, "You yourself know how unlawful it is for a Jew to associate with or to visit any one of the another nation, but God has shown me that I should not call any man common or unclean. So when I was sent for, I came without objection. I asked then, 'Why you sent for me?' And Cornelius said, 4 days ago about this hour, I was keeping the 9th hour of prayer in my house, and behold, a man stood before me in the bright apparel, saying, 'Cornelius, your prayer has been heard, and your alms have been remembered before God. Send therefore to Joppa and ask for Simon, who is called Peter. He is lodging in the house of Simon, a tanner by the seaside.' So I sent to you at once, and you have been kind enough to come. Now therefore we are all here present in the sight of God to hear all that you have been commanded by the Lord." And Peter opened his mouth and said, "Truly I perceive that God shows no partiality, but in every nation anyone who fears him and does what is right is acceptable to him." Hebrews chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. In these last days he has spoken to us by a Son, whom he appointed the heir of all things, through whom also he created the world. He reflects the glory of God and bears the very stamp of his nature, upholding the universe by his word of power. When he had made purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high. Today's Gospel according to John chapter 20, verses 24 to 29. Thomas, one of the 12, called the twin, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciple told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see in the hands the print of the nails, and place my finger in the mark of the nails, and place my hand in his side, I will not believe." 8 days later, his disciples were again in the house, and Thomas was with them. Doors were shut, but Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and see my hands, and put your hand and place it in my side. Do not be faithless but believing." Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to him, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe." Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. May God our Father and His Son Jesus fill you with His mercy, peace and love. Amen.